Today, we're making these sandbags for just $1.50. Hey guys, this is Michael Carroll and welcome to Budget Filmmaking Episode 1. And today, I'm showing you how I made these sandbags that you can use to weigh down a light stand, a scrim, a C-stand, a tripod, or whatever else you might need to weigh down for $1.50. And before we start, I want to let you guys know that you can find links to anything you might need for this project down in the description. Alright, so the main piece of this project is these Lowe's aprons, and you can find these in the tool belt section at Lowe's for just $1.50, and this is what's going to be holding the sand. One thing I didn't include in the cost was the sand, and this is because you may already have access to sand, and even if you don't, it only costs $3 at Lowe's, and once you get a bag, you'll be set to build a lot more sandbags. I didn't want you to think that it was going to cost $4.50 every time you build a sandbag. Once you get the sand for $3, you'll be able to build sandbags for just $1.50, assuming you have a few household items. The other things you'll need are duct tape, scissors, and quart-sized Ziplock bags. I'd also recommend having a storage tote to keep your sand in, because otherwise it'll end up making a mess. Also, one thing to note is that there are storage and freezer versions of Ziplock bags, and personally, I'd use the freezer quart Ziplocks over the storage quart Ziplocks, just since the freezer versions are a little bit stronger, so you won't have to worry about them breaking as easily. But if you already have the storage quart versions, that's fine too, since we'll be double bagging it anyways. Alright, so now let's go ahead and build one of these. So the first thing we're going to do is take one of our bags, open it up, and start pouring sand into it. Now here you can see how it's really helpful to have a tub to have the sand in, and then you'll also want a cup to scoop it with. So you'll want about this much sand in it, where it's at the bottom of the Ziploc brand logo. And you see, you don't want too much sand in it, because then you'll have a hard time getting it to fit into your second bag, and then getting that to fit into the apron. And here you can see how the apron is kind of opening up because the sandbag was too big, so it made it difficult to tape. So now go ahead and zip the bag shut, making sure to compress all the air out of it. Now we're going to use our duct tape to tape the bag shut and make sure that none of the sand leaks out. So put a piece of tape on there and then fold it over. It's also handy to add a little second piece of tape here just to hold down that flap while we're putting it into the second bag. So now go ahead and put it into the second bag, and you might need to kind of squeeze the bottom of the first bag just to get it to fit. And then once you've done that, go ahead and zip up the second bag, compressing all the air of course, and then tape that one shut as well. And same as the first bag, we can add a little second piece of tape there just to help keep it shut while we put it in the apron. Now we'll want to take our apron and get the strings out of it. Then you can take your bag of sand and put it into the apron. Now we're going to want to go ahead and cut the strings off each side of the apron, and make sure to set these aside because we're going to be using them for later. Now we'll tape the apron shut, and one thing that I found kind of useful is to use a little block of wood or wrap it around the arm of a chair, and that'll just kind of make it a little bit easier when you're putting the tape on, because of the bags of sand being in there just kind of gets in the way. So if you put a block of wood under there, it'll help with the curvature of the bag. So once you've done that, take out the block of wood and then push the tape there back in the middle, and you can see it'll fit a little bit better when you use a block of wood there. Then just add any extra pieces of tape you might need to keep it shut. Now take one of those strings we cut off earlier and then wrap it around the bottom of the apron and then tie 2 knots in it, and this is going to be our handle. Then get another piece of duct tape and just tape down that knot there, so then it'll keep it out of the way and you won't have to see it. And that's all there is to it. Just fold it in half and now you got yourself a great little sandbag for just $1.50. If you like this video, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe for future content. Also, leave me a comment letting me know what you want to see next time on Budget Filmmaking. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.